Hmm. Take it in everything that I love about Georgia. The tallest trees in residential areas, which we don't have in the Northwest. The fact that I'm out here with no sweater on in the middle of November. Not all of you know, but most of you know, I've traveled to the west, to Washington State with my family on Sunday. My dad just got here yesterday with our motorhome, and we're going to travel 2,700 miles back to Washington State. I'm going to mostly be laying down on the bed, but sometimes with pillows in the front seat because it reclines. And I would just be staying in the motorhome. We're not going to have a hotel, so it would be easier. So I'm asking for prayers for a safe and comfortable ride to the west. Also, because it's a big trip, so there's a lot of gas necessary. I calculated, because I'm a nerd, over $3,000 for gas. And no, that's not right. Something like $2,100 for gas. So I think most of you have already know that we have a what is it called, a GoFundMe. That would be helpful, and I'll give that to my parents. But also, I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for your prayers, and for those of you who have given us food, brought food to our home, and or contributed on the meal train and to GoFundMe, because that all is helpful. And I want to talk about also a song I wrote years ago. I wrote the song in 2015 or 16, and we released it on Spotify and YouTube. I will post a link below. It's called I'm the Only One. And part of the lyrics say, let me think about it. Hold on. Oh no, I'm thinking about the wrong part. Well, let's just enjoy the sunshine and it will come to me. Okay, the lyrics say, I didn't want my story to be told by someone else. I didn't want my story to be told by someone else. I had to believe there's space for me. That was a big core wounding for me, not believing that there's a space for me. I had a friend that visited me a few days ago, and she talked about a meditation of feeling like you can take up space, feeling the mass in your body and allowing the mass in your body to take up space, and noticing any discomfort where you feel that. When I was having housing insecurity, it was the magnification of not feeling like there was space for me. But also, mostly, it's in the physical body. When we're young, our families do their best to get us to places on time. But they also are cognizant that some people see children as a botherance, which is a travesty. And so they try to keep their children and the impact of their children as small as possible. And unfortunately, in doing so, it could cause a child to feel like there's no space for them to be. Recently, in the past week, actually in the past 4 or 5 days, I've had three friends that said to me, I have something in my space that is just for you. They said to me, what friend, I've got your album that has my picture on the front on my altar, and I look at it and pray with it every day. I have another friend that said, the plant I bought for you, I also bought a matching twin plant that I have in my house, and every time I see it, I think about you. And another friend said, I have a plant in my bedroom, and every time I walk by it, I sense you, and so I named it Rachel, after me. And do you know, the more that I have internally created, that I have permission to be in this world and to take up space, that more people in my life have created literal space for me in their home. And it made me cry, because I believe there's space for me now to be here. Literal space to take up. That's for me. And I want you to create the possibility. I invite you to create the possibility that there's big space for you. The biggest possible space that you can imagine. And what that feels like. If there's just space for you that has your name on it. And if you could expand the space around your body, then even more space is for you. Emotionally, not just physically, spiritually, energetically, not just physically. And what would that feel like? If that space was just for you, and it was so safe and beautiful, and intentional, and that it wouldn't be taken away. That was your special space. What would that feel like? Can it be even bigger than that? And can you be yourself inside of it? And when I say be yourself, I mean not have anything to say. Because that's when we are the biggest versions of ourselves. When there's nothing left to say. And all there is to do is feel and exist and receive and be. I also want to say thank you so much to everyone in Georgia, all my friends, and my community here. All of you that I haven't seen yet, or I won't be able to see before I leave this time. I've been feeling your presence and your love. I've been feeling your power. And I'm excited to come back and to be with you more. And to see how we've grown apart. Grown as individuals, physically apart, across from the country. And then reunite when I get back. I know you keep a space for me. And that makes me feel so warm and welcome. My mommy is in my house to take care of me at Stephanie's house. And she has been a witness to my community coming in and caring for me. And she understands experientially what I'm leaving behind here. Even for a short time. And I want to talk to you too about Stephanie, my caregiver and one of my best friends. We have gone through so many portals together. Very highs and very, very lows, as you can imagine. And it has been very, very hard. And so amazing. Something similar to my friend expressed. It was the hardest, best thing I've ever done. I got to see my light and my shadows. And I got to be in a full shamanic state, whatever I needed to, these past 2.5 months. I had a lot of episodes where I needed to release in my body. Scream and cry and sob, or groan and moan. And I was never asked to stop. Stephanie is the most in tune, generous, loving, understanding, connected, powerful, human, and the fact that we didn't know how much care I would need, and that she still stepped up to give me the care that I needed. I would never forget that. And also, I want to mention my friend Anna. She sensed that I didn't help when I was in my old house. And she said, if you ever need help, I could come help you. And there was a day I needed help. I called her, she came over. And she looked around my house. And she saw that all my dishes were piled up because my back was hurting so much. I had just left them there. And most of you know, because I have OCD, that's not normal for me. She said, when's the last time you were able to cook for yourself? And she just inquired. She kept inquiring. She said, can you do your own laundry? And she said, you know what, I'm going to be here for more often. She didn't even know I had cancer. She said, you know what, I'm going to be here more often. I said, okay. And then she started coming once a week. And then she started coming twice a week. And then she started coming 3 times a week. And she was buying me things for my refrigerator and my kitchen and taking really good care of me. And she didn't even know I had cancer. And then one day she sat down and she said, you know what, Rachel, if you feel comfortable, can you let me know what's going on with your health? I said, yes, thank you for asking, and I haven't really talked to many people about it. So I want to say thank you to her. And my friend Kathy, who has been helping me for probably 2.5 years now. And always reaching out and asking if I need anything. And being there for me too. She's the one that got together the last GoFundMe, and well, not the only one. There's many, many people. But I'm just saying the one that locally was helping, locally, in Georgia. And everybody else that has been holding energetic space, that has helped financially, remotely, or that has sent something to help us. A poem or a letter or a message or a card. Anything that you've even thought about me. It's there are no words. But I do feel sad to leave Georgia. But that's okay. But I also feel grateful to be with my family for the holidays on the West Coast. I do time with my family when I first get home. And it's okay to inquire about visiting from my friends that are in Portland and Washington. But I will be following guidance, you see. There's people here in Georgia that I haven't seen, and I don't know why. I'm just following guidance for who to connect with in which timing. So I just ask that you trust me, and you trust my guidance system, and that I invite you to not take it personally if I don't invite you to our home. It doesn't mean I don't love you or want to see you. It means I'm trusting the guidance because I'm on a very magical journey right now. And I'm grateful that you understand. I'm just going to tune in to see if there's anything else. I'm happy. I just want to tell you that. When I'm in pain, I don't feel so happy. But when I'm not in pain, I feel very happy. And so I'm learning little by little to access joy and happiness through pain. Because I believe that's possible. And I could do it. I believe I could do it. For those of you who are online, I was going to say a prayer, but Spirit said to say, well, let everyone else here online with me say a prayer together with their hearts. The next 4 minutes I'm getting. So I will be here for 4 minutes if you want to say a prayer for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are praying outside of space and time, I feel it right now as well. I love you. And I feel, really, really, really feel your love.